This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you all had a nice day. So, welcome to lesson 2. And before we start today's session, let's do a quick recap of last class. So, what we have covered in the last class. So, in our previous session, we started with Google Colab, learning how to access it and write code in it. And also, we discussed about what is a variable, what are different data types, and perform some basic arithmetic operations in Python too. And by now, I expect everyone to have at least opened Google Colab and tried it out on your own. So, any issues with Google Colab? Are you able to open it from your end and work on it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, great.
So the one thing I was not able to understand is the repetition, ma'am. If you remember, you placed the string of 555 and
Okay.
this repetition. So how does that syntax would be like 555 string into 555 or plus? It's a kind of
No, it's just I wanted to show you like with addition, we perform strings. It throw error rate. So once I share the collab link, I'll open it and do one more example and clear your question.
yeah.
So yeah, no issues. So then again, yeah. So we so you all had no issues with the Google Colab. So yeah. So the best part with Google Colab is that even after the course, when you revisit these notebooks, everything will be clear. You don't have to go through files or feel lost. So everything is organized in your Google Drive. All lessons will be together, and for every session, I'll be sharing a new Colab notebook. So the process remains the same. Open the link, make a copy, and you can code along with me. And let me share today's collab link with you in the chat. And I'll share my screen. And today we are going to learn about while loops, infinite while loops, conditional statements, nested loops, and so on. So yeah, so before I start, let me just clear your question. So you were asking me like I I did this example, right? So the output was 555. Is that your question?
That's fine.
So here 5 is not a integer, it's a string now because of the quotations we have given here. So when you multiply a string with a number, you are going to get the repetition of it. So if you write Python and just multiply it, so you are going to get Python 3 times. So is that your question? Is it clear?
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so today we'll start with while loops. So before we start loops concept, so if loops doesn't exist, like if you have to repeat something like this, then I have to write the print statement. If I want to print hello 5 times, so I have to repeat the print statement 5 times. So still like, if it's single number, like we can do this, but it doesn't make sense if you have to repeat something bigger number. So we need this loops concept. Anybody doing loops for the first time, or do you have any idea what loops are?
We have an idea. I have an idea.
Okay, you can put it in the chat also, like if there's a problem with unmuting, you can even answer in the chat. So yeah, before we go for loops, so if I just want to increment a value by 1, I can directly create a variable a equal to 1, and I'll write a statement a equal to a plus 1. So if I run this code, what would be the output now? If I just run this simple code,
2.
2, yeah. So I've created a variable a equal to 1. Then I just wrote like a equal to a plus 1. So I'm now the value of a here is 1. So I'm incrementing this 1 plus 1. And again I'm reassigning with the same variable name a here. So now the value of a becomes 2. So that's correct. But if I would have created it in a different cell like this, and maybe let's start with 5. And if I just wrote the increment code here, and if I run it for 3 times, what would be the output now? If I just want to print a, I just run this code for 3 times, this particular code, like a equal to a plus 1. Now the value of a equal to 5, the starting value is 5. Now I have incremented it 3 times. What is the value of a here?
Where did that get the increment?
Here.
Incremented
So
thrice?
I did it thrice. Yeah, here. What would be the
I
output
mean,
now?
just based on those 2 lines, I mean, it's just 6,
Yeah,
but yeah,
I incremented it thrice. It's 8 here because
twice.
I have assigned the value here, but in the next code cell I've written a equal to a plus 1. So I've incremented it thrice. The value have become 8 at this particular place. Like here, if I just increment it like any number of times, it's 2, because each time I'm running this variable assigning code also with this increment program. That's the reason, like I just wanted to show you, like, if you just write each line of code in different code cells, so the values changes like this. Here I put it everything together. Each time I run it, I run the whole code cell. That's the reason each time a equal to 1, then a is incremented to 2. So if I run it for 1000 times, it will be 2 itself. Here in one particular code cell, I have assigned a value to 5, and then I incremented it, then it becomes 6. If I run it again, I'm just running only this particular line of code. So
Oh, I see.
yeah,
Okay.
so you have to take care,
N-
like you have to see if you are like texting in WhatsApp. Sometimes some people have a habit of writing code in each line of code in different cells, and they usually get mistakes. So make sure, like, check, like be cautious of things like this. So yeah.
Sure. Yeah, no, I didn't notice that you actually clicked on it twice, and yeah, when it's an
Yeah,
increment, I was like, okay, well, is there like a
so you
loop
have to
or
take
is
care of
there
it.
like
Like,
something else? Yeah, yeah, understood. Thank you.
yeah, we didn't run this. We were only running this. So the A started incrementing. Yeah. So now let's do this while loops concept. So looping concept, it's same in all programming languages. The concept is similar. The rules, the syntax changes. So while loop repeats the block of code as long as the condition is true. So we are going to see the syntax soon, but as the name suggests, if you want to loop something, we are going to use this particular concept. If you want to repeat a code, if you want to repeat a particular code, we are going to use this concept. Like if you want to print hello 100 times, we can just write 4 to 5 lines of loop code, and we can get hello 100 times. So the main important points of while loop is the while loop runs on a condition. As long as the condition is true, while loop will run endlessly, and the moment the condition becomes false, the while loop stops. So the syntax is simple. You just write while keyword and we give a condition, and we have colon here. So we have no control over this syntax here. It's written by the Python author. We just have to follow it correctly. And if you know different programming languages, if you want to enter a while block, we usually give curly braces or brackets to enter a particular block here. But with Python programming language, we give spaces here. To enter a particular block, we give space here. So you can give 2 spacing or 4 spacing This is a normal practice we follow, but you have to make sure you follow the same spacing everywhere. If not, it will again throw this indentation errors. So you can even set the indentation spacing for the collab here. So I have set the indentation spacing in the editor 4. So each time I press enter, I'll have 4 spaces. So we'll do an example soon, don't worry. So for here, what we have said is like while loop repeats a block of code as long as the condition is true. So the syntax is simple. You write the while keyword, you give a condition, and we write the code inside the while block. And indentation is nothing but this, it refers to the spaces or tabs used at the beginning of the line of a code. In Python, indentation is crucial because it defines the blocks of code. Unlike many other programming languages, like where we use braces to define a block of code, Python uses this particular spacing and we call it indentation. Many a times, like we usually think like in interviews, they ask difficult questions about the projects and all. Sometimes I'll ask this basic questions also, like, unexpectedly, what is indentation? Define indentation. So, yeah. So it's just the spacing or the tabs used at the beginning of the line of code. So proper indentation is required for the program to run. In Python, we have to take care of this indentations. Without it, interpreter will throw an error, and this indentation will help in making the code more readable and organized, and it usually represents the structure, like it shows you like which block of code it is. So it's better if we always practice the consistency like 2 spacing or 4 spacing. So we'll do a simple while loop where we are going to generate numbers from 1 to 5. We'll have a better understanding of looping in Python with this example. So first let me create a variable and initialize a value inside it. So the output I'm expecting is I want to have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the output. So I can directly write print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4, print 5. You get that particular output, but it doesn't make sense because in real time also they'll check how you are coding, actually how well you are coding, what are the concepts you are using. It's like getting the particular output you can get with some jugards also, but yeah. So I equal to 1, then while, so I want numbers from 1 to 5. So first let me write the code. I'm just writing I less than or equal to 5. So the syntax, there's a condition and then the colon. I have to give the colon here. If I just press enter, you can see like automatically the 4 spacing indentation is here directly. So now I want to write my uh, code which I want to repeat 5 times. Repeat, like what I want to repeat is I want to print numbers from 1 to 5. So I'm printing I here, but first it is 1 here, then the next time I want it to become 2, then 3, 4, and 5, so on. So what should be my next line of code here? So I'm expecting this output like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I initialized a variable I equal to 1, and I wrote a condition like I is less than or equal to 5. Only then we can enter the while loop. It's like this, if this condition equal to true, that is like a key to enter the particular while loop. So 1 less than or equal to 5, true or false? 1 less than or equal to 5, true or false?
True.
It's true, right? So since it's true, we have the key to enter the, so it's true. So we have the key to enter this particular while loop. If it is false, then we bypass this while loop. We'll enter into this while loop only if this particular statement is true. So next it sees print I, so it will print 1 now, and then it has to increment the value to 2. So I'm going to write the increment statement like this, I equal to I plus 1. So if I just run this, you can see like we got the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what happened in the backend is that like I equal to I plus 1. So I value has now incremented to 2. Now it will check the condition again, 2 less than or equal to 5. So 2 less than or equal to 5, it's still true. So we can enter the while block again. So it will enter the while block again, print 2, and then it will increment the value to 3 now. Again checks the condition. If it's true, we'll print 3, then increment it to 4, and then checks again, prints again, increments it to 5. After 5, so 5 plus 1, it becomes 6. So it will check 6 less than or equal to 5, 6 less than or equal to 5. True or false?
False, so it'll get rid of that.
False. So we lost the key now, so we cannot enter the while loop. So it will break the while loop here, and we'll get the values only till 1 to 5 here. Any questions here? Do you want me to repeat, or is it easy to understand the while loop?
Yeah, easy to understand.
Okay, great. So let me do a simple, like I'll just write while I less than or equal to 10. I can even write I less or equal to 1. It's the same, like this is a shortcut for this, I equal to I plus 1. Instead of repeating I here, it's the same statement, we can write it like this. Let me comment here, I plus or equal to 1. Both are same. So here I equal to I plus 2. If I just run this, what would be the output?
So it's going to be 3, 5, 7, 9.
3, 5, 7, 9.
Yeah.
Now,
7 equal to 10. Then oh, so it's 5, 5, 7, 9.
5, 7, 9, because like it's
Oh,
incrementing first, then we have the print statement, right? So Python
yeah.
is an interpreted programming language. You can see the difference. Like uh, it runs line by line. So the print statement was before the increment statement. So you got 3,
hmm
5, 7, 9. So the print statement is after the increment. So you got 5, 7, 9, 11. Yeah.
How did we
So
get 11 though?
here,
Oh, I see
so
what's going on.
yeah.
So
So it's
yeah,
printing and then you're checking the condition, right? That's the reason you got 11
right,
here. Yeah.
right. I mean, you entered that last iteration when you were at the 9, and then you just get added, you print it,
Yeah.
and
9
then
plus
it
2, 10,
breaks.
11. You
Understood.
print 11 and then breaks. Yeah. So you can do this activity now. Like you can, after the class, like you can do this activity. Print hello everyone 5 times using loop. You can take this as homework. So we have clear explanation how the while loop works here. So if you have any confusion, you can read through this. And yeah, what do you think infinite while loops are? Any idea? What is an infinite while loop?
When the condition is not or, is met, and then you enter into the loop, and you stay in there, right? That could be infinite.
Yeah. So when we explained about while loop, we said that while loop repeats a block of code as long as the condition is true. If we don't have a condition false to come out of the loop, it will be always true and we'll go inside a infinite while loop. And we usually don't recommend infinite while loop because if it does not have any stopping condition, in other words, the condition specified in an infinite while loop is always true. To stop an infinite while loop, either you have to manually stop the running button by interrupting the code execution, or we have to use the break statement which is coming in the next activity. So for example, it's while true and you have the statements. If it's true and you don't have the false statement, so you're going to go inside the infinite while loop. For example, I equal to 0 while you can give a condition which is always true, or you can directly write true here. So if I just write I plus or equal to 1. So technically this is a infinite while loop because I equal to 0 and with the condition is always true. So we are incrementing 0 plus 1, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like it gets increased by the statement, but there is no false statement to get out of this while loop, right? So if I just run this, so we are inside an infinite while loop. So we cannot leave it like this. Also, sometimes the systems can get hanged because of this. So it's better we interrupt the keyboard, interrupt this by the keyboard. So yeah, so as you can see, we had to interrupt the code execution to stop the infinite while loop. So if I print the value of I now, can you think of the range, like if it's like 100, 200,000, 1 lakh, what do you think the I value will be now? It got, it started incrementing, right? I have run the code cell for 20-30 seconds. So what do you think? Yeah, loop never ending, correct? So what do you think will be the I value now? Will it be 1,000, 2,000, 100? I stopped it, but like 30-40 seconds, I let it run.
It depends on how fast the processor is, I guess.
Yeah, but what's your guess? What do you think the I value would be ranged? Yeah, thousands, yeah, 1 lakh, yeah, maybe like hundreds. It's just a wild guess.
Yeah, maybe hundreds.
Hundreds. So yeah, in 30 seconds, the number got incremented from 0 to this.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it's so fast. Like that's the reason it's better not to write infinite while loops. So if you had to
Sure.
do that in a particular situation, you have to have a break condition somewhere to come out of it. Maybe some gaming environment they do have such while loops. Maybe but still they'll have break statement somewhere. So yeah, so we are going to see the break statement after conditional statements as the next activity. So before that, we are going to see the if, elif, else. So this is also common concept in all programming languages. So we will learn about conditional statements in Python. Conditional statements allows us to make decisions in our code, like if execute this particular block of code, else execute this particular block of code. We can write such conditions here. So we will start with understanding why conditional statements are important, and we'll see how to write if else statement and if else statement. So if you have three conditions, then if block, elif block, and else. Elif is nothing but it's a combination of if and else words. So if you have multiple conditions, maybe like 20 conditions, then it will start from if. Then you have like 18 elif blocks, and the last will be the else. So if, elif, else statements. So to compare two or more values, we are going to use these conditional statements. Again, to enter a if block, if you see the syntax, if is the keyword and you have to give the condition colon, indentation is common to enter inside the block of if, and will enter the block of if only the condition is true again. An if statement executes a block of code if a specified condition is true. So example of if statement, so we can take any example. Let me take the usual example I always give, like age. So I can give any age. So I create a variable now, age equal to 15, and if age greater than or equal to 18, I want to print you are eligible for vote. So if I just run this particular three-line code, like age equal to 15, if age greater than or equal to 18, print you are eligible to vote. What do you think would be the output now?
It will not print anything.
It won't get in.
So 15 greater than or equal to 18 is false. So we are not going to enter inside the if block, and we are going not going to see any output here. That's correct. So if I change it to 25, then
It goes in eligible to vote. Yeah.
yeah. So let me take age as an input from user. To take input from the user, we have this input function which we saw yesterday. So let me
Mm-hmm.
give the same code just to be just with one extra function here. So age I don't want to directly give. I just want to use the input function. Yeah, please enter your age. So what do you think will happen if I run this? If I just give 20 here, what do you think would be the output now? Will I get
Eligible
any
to vote.
error?
Yeah.
You think like you're going to get the output you're eligible to vote?
No, I think it's going to be through an error, right? Some type error
Correct.
because yeah, input
Why?
function gives you string.
Correct. Yeah, we saw this, right? Input function will always give a any input we give it to input function. It's a string. So here we have a mathematical operation where you are comparing a string with a number, like you are comparing apple equal to 5 or not, like that. So you got the error here. So how can I fix this error now?
Typecasting, int of
Typecasting, correct.
age.
So I
Yeah.
can directly convert it here. So now it will work. You are eligible to vote. So you have to take care about this input function. Okay, you can write a program that checks if a number is positive using if conditions. So it's very simple, like you can take any variable. So again, you can use the input function or you can directly give a simple number. If num greater than 0, you can print positive. So this is how we write a simple if conditional statement. Any questions here? Is it clear?
So the colon is mandatory there for the if statements.
Which one?
The semicolon, no, the
Yeah, this
colon.
is mandatory. If you don't have the colon, you are going to get the syntax error, expected colon. So it's showing us like what's missing too. So it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's important. So if you have more conditions, like if you want to check if a number is positive, negative, or zero, there are like three conditions, right? So then you need to have if else. So if you have three conditions, then it becomes if and else. So yeah, so you have if you want to check a number is positive or negative, so you have if n greater than equal to 0, print positive, else negative. For else, you don't have to give a condition here. Any other, like whatever remaining other than like the condition, sorry. So for else, we don't have to give any condition. So if you want to check positive, negative, and 0, if you have three conditions, then we can have if n equal to 0, if n greater than 0, you can print positive. So now I have elif n less than 0, print negative, else print 0. So if I just run it, sorry, I, I didn't give the conditions here. So it's 0 here. So if you have more conditions, you'll have elif in between it. So you can try your own conditional statements. We have different examples here. For example, if you have age equal to 20, if you want to uh, print like less than 13 you are child, less than 18 you are a teenager, so on. So you can run these examples for if, elif, else. So it's very easy with Python, like the while loop, you have a condition, if it's true, you enter the while loop. If here also, like you have a condition, if it's true, you are enter the if block. So if this particular condition is true, you're going to enter the if block, and whatever is inside the print statement, you will print it. You're not going to check the other conditions. So if you have elif, uh, if this is false, it will then check the elif condition. If it's true, it won't go and check for the else again, it will just print it. So yeah, so you have to take care of that also. What would be the output here if I just run this? Score equal to 85. So I have like 4 conditions here, 5 conditions here. So if I grade
B.
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 B, correct. So what would be the output now?
A.
156 grade E. So yeah. So these are very simple statements we are writing because like in real time, like there is no score of 156. It's usually between 0 to 100. So you have to fine tune this. So yeah. So you have to give more state, like I'm not giving all of that here, not to confuse you, because we need to write use the and statement and give fine tune this. So we'll do it little later. It's a simple if elif else block here. So you can take this as example. Sorry, homework here. Write a program that takes user's age using the input function, and then print a different message for each age group. So we have already done with directly taking the age, but you can use the input function and try this activity as practice. So yeah, after conditional statements, we are going to see the break keyword. So instead of interpreting the run button using the keyboard, the other way of stopping the infinite while loops is using this break keyword. So let's create a infinite while loop, but we want to break it when the number value reaches 70. So let's write the infinite while loop first. I equal to 1. So I'm going to write a while statement, while true. So this is always true. So it's an infinite while loop. So I plus or equal to 1. So this is a shortcut of writing I equal to I plus 1. And now if I just run this, this is a infinite while loop, but I want to use the break keyword. I have to use this break keyword using the if condition. The condition is if I reaches the value 70, I want to break it. I want to print the final I. So I will reach 70 and it will break at the value 70 here. If you see this, I have written double equal to. In Python programming, when you give single equal to, that means we are assigning a value to that particular variable here. Like single equal to means we are assigning a value here. Double equal to means we are checking the similarity, if it's equal to 70 or not. If I would have written I equal to 70, then we'll get error like invalid syntax. Maybe you meant double equal to or colon equal to instead of equal to here. So break keyword is simple, like you just have to give a condition and then use the break keyword to break a particular loop, infinite while loop. So like in real time, rarely we use this break. So we usually don't write the infinite while loops. Maybe in the gaming environment they require this, where they have to repeat the games and break at a particular point. So yeah, nested while loop. What do you think nested while loops are? As the name suggests, what do you think nested while loops are?
The loop inside the loop.
Loop inside the loop, right? So the common example we take for this nested while loop is multiplication tables. So we usually have these tables in childhood, 2 table, 3 table, so on. Let's try to create tables using nested while loop. So first we'll try to create a simple table of 2. So like I just want like 2, 4, 6, 8, so on. I just don't want the output looking this fancy also. So so what do you think? How should I proceed now? I just need the output 2, 4, 6, 8, so on to 10. So I want this output. So what should be the code? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 till 20. 2 table, only this thing, this part. What should I write here? Okay.
Take the outer loop, the outer part. Then the multiplication, the logic part will do the inside one.
Okay. So I want to write the 2 tables. So I'll just write I equal to 2. So I want to multiply uh, numbers from 1 to 10. So I need to have one more variable where numbers are from 1 to 10. So the one has to increment from 1 to 10. So I'll just write w less than or equal to 10. So what we are doing is we are printing
I
2 to
into
20. So I, you can directly write 2 also. I'm just taking the variable here. I into w and incrementing w equal to w plus 1. So any questions here? What I've just done. So instead of taking I variable, I can directly write 2 also here because there's only one table we are doing it here. So, but I took a variable here. So what do you think would be the output now?
2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 until 210.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
okay, printing the value.
yeah, we are printing the value like multiplied by with this w. So first we have taken 2 variables. One is I, where you have 2 inside it,
Right.
and we are taking one more variable where you have w and started with 1. So when I've written the condition w less than or equal to 10, I was checking w was 1, 1 less than or equal to 10. It's true or false? It's true. So it's true. I'm going to enter the while loop. So I'm printing I into W. I value is 2 into W, which is 1. So it will print 2 now. So W got incremented to 2 now. So it becomes 2. So 2 into 2, 4. Then it's increased to 3. So 2 into 3, it's 6. So on till W equal to 10. So the same code, instead of taking 2 variables, so without confusion, what I can do is you will get a better clarity here. I can directly write 2 here. You'll get the same output. So instead of taking this variable I equal to 2, I just wrote 2 here. So we got the output. So we can make it look better by just adding, like to make it look like a proper table. What I'll do is I just need a table like this. 2 multiplied by 1 equal to 2. So I want it to look like a table like this. So for this, I want to add this x and equal to. So what I'm going to do is 2 into x, sorry, 2 comma x, then multiplied by w, which is number, then equal to, then the actual output, like 2 into w. Any confusion here with this print statement? 2 comma x comma b comma like w comma equal to comma 2 into w. If I run this, it will look like a proper table. So I'm just adding extra few things in the print statement, like 2 is constant here for this 2, this one. Then for this x, I just give the alphabet x as a string. Then 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10, which is like this w value, equal to is again just a string I have given. Actual multiplication is happening here, this one. Is it clear? Within the
Yeah.
just print statement, I added few things to make it aesthetically good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the thing is, it's a very simple two table we have done it. So if I instead of this 2 here, if I would have given a as a variable and mentioned a equal to 2, then I would have got the 2 table. If I want to change this to 3 table, I'll change this a to 3. You'll get the 3 table, a to 4, like 400, then you'll get the 400 table. But I want to have like 2 table, 3 table, 4 table together. I don't want to repeat this code like this. Loops are there, like we have loops concept to avoid the repetition of code, right? So instead of writing code again and again like this for different tables, so I want to make it, I want to increment this tables also here itself. Like I want to have loop inside loop, nested loop here. So we are going to use the nested loop and we create two 5 table together using the nested loop concept. So let me first write the code and then explain. You can also try to do it from your end on the Google Colab and see if you are able to create a nested loop. So this is a basic concept we are going to use for the tables, right? So you can use this and you can use the nested loop concept where so this is the condition syntax for the nested loop. So you have a while, you have condition number 1. If it's true, you are going to enter inside the while loop, and you have one more while loop inside this first while loop here. So we call it like inner loop body, outer loop body. So you have like 2, 3, 4 tables incremented, right? First you need 2 tables. Whole 2 ones are 2, 2, 2, 2 tens are 20, we need it. Then 2 has to increase to 3. Then again you need from 3 ones are 3 to 3 tens are 30. Then 3 has to increase to 4. So increment of 2 to 4 is the outer loop body incrementing. So all this like 2 ones are 2 to 2 tens are 20. It's the inner loop concept. So you have like 2 while loops. So it's like this. This is outer loop. So you have one more loop inside it. So outer loop first it's 2 table. So 10 times this inner loop will run for this 2 table. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, so on till 2 tens are 20. Then again 2 will increment to 3. Again this inner loop will run 10 times for that particular 3 with the statements we are going to write. So you can also try. First time when you're doing it, it might feel like it's little tricky, but it's actually easy concept itself. So don't get overwhelmed with all the different variables we are giving here. You can make it simple by just giving uh, correct variables like first num first number equal to 2. So I'll do it from my end. You can also try it on your Google Colab. So I want to have like 2 table, 3 table and 4 table. So I want to increment 2 till 4. So first num less than or equal to 4. So this condition I have given to increment 2 to 4. So inside this, I'll just print the table name also, like table of, so first one. So inside this, I'm taking one more variable, second number, that is like this, for this, from 1 to 10. Now I want to increment the second number till 10, 1 to 10. So here I'm going to print the whole table, like first num, comma, multiplied by second number, equal to, and multiplication of. So instead of taking simple variable I, W and getting confused, I've just taken like first number and second number. First number is this table number, and the second number is from 1 to 10. So I just wrote the print statement. And next, I want to increment this plus 1. And I have to increment this 2 to 3, 3 to 4, right? So I should not do it inside this while loop. I have to do it in the first while loop. So I'm taking the 4 spaces back, and first one equal to plus 1 plus 1. So if I just run this, you can see like table of 2, table of 3, table of 4. So like if I just want the space after each table, you can just print one more extra line so that you get this spacing. If you need an empty line, so you get this empty spacing too. Any confusion here?
Yeah, Meenakshi, I have two questions here.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the first thing is like any specific thing like we should keep colon here and colon. For example, of print. After print, you have not kept colon, right?
No,
Table
yeah.
of.
In
Yeah.
Python, till now, the colons we just saw after the while condition here, and for the if block. Only these two places. Other than that, we don't have colon anywhere. When we are using the while, you can see the syntax here. After giving the condition, we have a colon. For
Okay.
inside the body, you give any logic. You don't have to give any particular colons here. Only for while loop, after the condition we have given. Even for the if here, if you see the colon after the condition, elif after uh, condition we just give the colon. So
Yeah.
for the print statement and all, we don't give the colons here. Only before entering the block we have given. Only two spaces. Only two places you saw this colon, and with practice you'll get used to this. Don't
Okay.
ever try to by heart anything. It will become very difficult.
Yeah.
So yesterday we just saw like print statement, input statement. You can just use the print statement, simply practice it. Today we saw the concepts like uh, while loop, if, else, elif. So just practice it, see the colon and all, but don't think of the whole Python programming right away and get overwhelmed like where to give these colons, what are the futuristic concepts where I have to give colons. Don't worry about it. Only two places you saw this. Just remember this two. That's it.
Yeah.
So
And
here,
the
yeah,
and the second question is like, can I see that logic?
uh, this one for the
Yeah, the one.
table.
Yeah, the one you have written.
Okay,
The,
the
the,
first,
the last
the
one.
actual, this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So after the second while loop, the sec underscore num, the iteration part, won't it go to the next one, the first underscore num?
First underscore num is for the outer block, right? I wrote it for this. Like we
Iteration
have
for every.
like two while loops here.
Yeah.
this one and this one. So we have
So
this while, yeah, go ahead.
so the first iteration, the sec num is equal to 1. It will go into the while loop and it will print 2 into 1. 2 into 1 is equal to 2. And you are iterating sec num is equal to sec num plus 1, the iteration part. So after that, uh, it will not go to the next step or it will go to the while loop, the
No, no,
inner
it
loop.
won't get to the next step till this 10 times without repeating. Like to come out of this while loop, now it has to lost the key again, right? So we enter the while loop when this particular statement is true here. It will
Okay.
become false when the second number has become 11, right? So second
Yeah.
number first it becomes 2, then it will again increment 3, it will check again. So to come out of this particular loop, this while loop, the second number has to reach 11. When it
Okay.
reaches 11, it will become 11 less than or equal to 10 is false, 11 is not less than 10. Then it will come here. Then it will see the next print statement. You have this asterisk here, then is the empty line. Then it's written first num equal to first num plus 1. That means like 2 we incremented to 3, then it will go to this step.
Okay.
So
I understand.
like 3, yeah, 3 less than
Yeah.
equal to 4, it will check. It's true. Again, it will enter the block, inside
Yeah.
block. Everything inside the while loop repeats again. Yeah. So we have two loops.
So
So
the moment it will iterate the second while loop, then it should go and check immediately the logic. It will not follow the next statement.
yeah, yeah. So to come out of this while loop, the condition has to become false. That's
Yeah.
the reason we said like, if it's always true, we'll go into an infinite while loop. So here we have a condition where it can become false when the second number becomes 11. So 11, it will check like 11 less than or equal to 10. It's false. Then it will come and check this print statement. If we would have written something true here, then it will,
Yeah, that is an infinite.
yeah, infinite while loop, and we don't come out of this while loop, and it's two table keeps on incrementing, and yeah. So
Okay, we don't have like some block, something like that here. For that reason, I was confused, like flower bracket or something like.
yeah, we don't have brackets here. It's Python. It's a syntax is very simple. You don't have to give brackets and all. See, I just gave true. Two table got incremented till,
Yeah.
yeah, 222,000. Yeah, sorry,
Okay.
2,20,331 till there in just seconds.
Okay. Thanks for the clarity.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. So, uh, it's better never have the. So let's, okay, let me just change few things. You try guessing it to see. I'm changing first name to 6. I'm changing this to 9. I'm changing this second name to 4. What do you think would be the tables from, and just take a moment and think on it. If you go wrong also it's okay. I just changed the first number to 6 and change the condition first name less than or equal to 9. The same tables you are going to get it from which number, which table till which table you are going to get it in the output, and
So
what would
six, 6 to 4 multiplication 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and
yeah,
6 to 9.
correct. So that means you got the clear understanding of the logic now, right? So I've changed the numbers like 6 table 4, yeah, 11 table, 8 table, 9 table, but till only 4 because second name is still 4. Yeah. So you can practice more examples, and so we'll
Can
stop it here today. Yeah.
can we have side by side? That is a different logic.
Yeah.
Maybe will try.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
try.
that's a different logic. Like last batch also we have, I've just put it in the, I think, yeah, let me, I have that code. Just a second. In the last batch also we had the same interesting question.
Maybe
Just,
I'll try for that. If it is not possible, tomorrow you can.
okay, you will try it, but I have the code ready, so you can, I'll show it tomorrow if you want.
Yeah.
So you can get it side by side, but you need F literal concept for it, which comes in the string operations. Once we do like lesson 25 to 30, then you'll understand formatting strings, F literal concept. Then we can do that side by side also, but you can try it. No issues
Oh.
with it, yeah.
So
So,
one last thing, Meenakshi, like
yeah.
Max, I left long back. So is it? I'm a BTech guy, so it should
Okay,
not
yeah,
be.
it's like that for me also. Like, 1 year if I take a gap and come back, it will all look new again. But I just trust myself. Like, once I've done long back, I can do it now. It's with everybody. We lose like 3 to 4 months. We don't do anything. We lose the touch and we forget the concepts. So just with practice, we don't need high PhD level math also, but we just have to understand like what is the derivation. Differentiation concept like integration just to understand the machine learning models, because there are 5 to 6 lines of code for machine learning also. The code part you can get it from internet and type it, copy paste you can do for the coding part, but what is happening in the behind, if you want to uh, increase the accuracy of the model and all, it's important to know the math behind it, how it is working. Then
Okay.
only yeah, we can fine tune the models, because coding part is very simple. Any 10th standard student also, if they know how to copy paste from Google, they can do it. There are only repetitive type of codes. So yeah, math is required, but don't worry, uh, it's not very not understandable. Are you from math background or biology background?
I'm from math background, but
BTech. You said you BTech, sorry. Yeah.
I
So
graduated 15 years back.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you can all do it. Yeah, don't worry. So
Meenakshi, for me, I'm from a biology background and ended up in computer sciences. Okay,
okay,
uh, really tough with the math for me. And I did
okay,
take those courses from other platforms before, like
okay,
really big one, right? And it's extremely tedious. So, what
okay.
sort of roles can we really apply for, with after we're done with the course?
So if we complete till data analysis part, exploratory data analysis part, we
Hmm.
can apply for roles of data analysts right away.
Hmm.
So and like just a second, and share the. I think you have asked me the question before also. I just
Yeah, yeah.
put it all together. So I wanted to
No worries.
send these.
May-
Yeah,
Okay, maybe we can do it tomorrow because it's
yeah, yeah,
probably late
sure.
on your end as well and me too.
It's okay, it's
So
okay. Yeah. So I'll give you a clear test. I'll write it and
thank you,
give it to you. Okay. So
thank you
but
so
don't
much.
worry. Math
Yeah,
is there. We
yeah.
cannot. I don't say like we don't have math here. So we have
Okay,
mathematics for machine learning models. But so yeah, tomorrow I'll give it everything clear. Like if you're good at coding, what are the different roles you want to apply? If you're clear at math, so what kind of roles are suitable for you? I'll make a notes of it and give it to you in the
thank you.
class. Okay?
See, my background is I'm in the QA slash DevOps space and all, but
You have good coding
just
part,
trying to
right?
switch. Not much, a bit of scripting, but
Okay,
I'm learning Python and all that. But
okay.
let's see. Yeah, can we talk a little more tomorrow if that's okay?
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So
Thank you.
So
Meenakshi,
good
Thank you
night.
very
Yeah.
much.
See you
yeah,
tomorrow. Yeah. Do
Have a good
practice.
night.
See you tomorrow.
Yes,
Take
ma'am.
care. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.